Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to the Soul-Led Millionaire podcast. In this show, I will teach you how to manifest the life of your dreams and become a soul-led millionaire yourself. We will go deep on all things money, mindset, manifestation, self-love, spirituality, and more. I can't wait to bring you this content. So sit back, relax, listen in, and let's get into today's episode. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to day 2 of the Manifest It All 5-day course. How are you doing? How did you get on with yesterday's homework? If you haven't done it yet, please pause this audio before you get started because I really need you to do that homework because it's going to influence the rest of the week. So you need to do it so that we can actually get you manifesting it all, right? So if you haven't, pause it right now. Go do it. Otherwise, let's get into day 2. So in day 2, I really want to talk about the fact that you get to have it all. I don't mean some. I don't mean a part. I don't mean a little bit. I mean all of it. You are that powerful that you can have it all. You can create it all for you. I know you might not be able to see that right now. I know it might be unbelievable right now. But the great thing is you don't actually have to believe it in order to make it happen. You just have to start to shift your focus, turn the wheel, to make some tweaks in order to be able to begin to see it, to believe it, to know it within, right? So now that you've learned that your current reality is the result of your past thoughts and feelings, it's time to start redirecting your focus towards the outcomes and results that you want to have and experience instead, right? Simple enough, very simple. It's just highly likely the reason that you have not been getting the results that you want is because you have been telling a story where it's not possible, or where you're not one of the lucky ones, or that you're dreaming, or maybe other people have told you this where they tell you to get your head out of the clouds, or you have never seen anything like that in your vicinity to believe that is possible for yourself. You might have been conditioned to think that you have to work really, really hard or get a degree or work for some corporate company in order to be able to have the kind of success or financial abundance or the family or the dream lifestyle that you want. Whatever it is, it's okay, but it can be changed. You can have it all. You can have exactly what you want because you are the operant power. You are the only one who has control over yourself, right? And everything is happening in reaction to how you see yourself in relation to the world. And when you start seeing yourself differently, that's when everything will start to change. So what do I mean by that? When you start to see yourself differently, when you start to see yourself different in relation to the world, what do I mean? It is this thing called self-concept. Now, you might know it as self-image. You might know it as identity. I know it as self-concept, and it is the concept of yourself, how you view yourself, how you perceive yourself in the world, and how you view yourself in the way that others see you, right? So maybe you have a family member who you kind of always butt heads with, or you've never felt seen by or heard by. Maybe it's a parent, or maybe it's an uncle or auntie, maybe it's a sibling, where no matter what, they just don't seem to get you. And to be fair, you don't seem to get them either. That's what I mean about how people see you. When it comes to how you see yourself, it's the things that you tell yourself, like, oh, I've always been so clumsy, or like, I've never been on time to anything. I'm constantly late, or I never have less than $5,000 in my account. It's just like, that's how it works like magic. There's never less than $5,000 or $500 in my account. It could be like, I've always been a morning person. I love getting up early. Love going for walks. I'm super disciplined. I will go for a walk every day. Whatever your self-concept is, They are things that you continuously tell yourself about yourself or about how the world sees you. So for that second example of how the world sees you or how you perceive yourself in the world is what happens when you're out and about. When you go out to a cafe or something, what is your energy like? Do you shrink? Do you puff up? Are you more confident? Are you timid? Do you interact with people freely, or do you keep your energy really closed? How do you see yourself operating in the world? And when you start to really understand this, you'll find that there are some things that you love that you already have established in your that you already have established in your self-concept, and then you'll see some things that you would like to change. Nothing is bad, nothing is wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with how you have been or who you are at all. But likely there are some things you would love to tweak. So now let's apply this to your dreams, your goals, what you want. Think about the way that you see yourself in relation to those dreams and goals right now. What is it? How do you feel about them? Let's say in your business, you have decided that you want to make 50K months. Let's just pick a number, 50K months, right? And then let's say you're currently making 10K months. What is your self-concept about that? What are you telling yourself about that? Are you saying, 50K months are so easy, it's a natural next step. I can already feel myself making 50K months. It's so easy. I can see how easy it is. Like, I don't really need to do anything. I don't feel any different. I just feel like I'm already there. Or are you saying stuff like, I don't know how I'm going to get there. That's such a big jump. I'm going to have to work so much harder. It was hard enough to get to 10K months as it is. And now I've got to work even harder, 5 times the amount in order to make that money every month. What are you saying to yourself? It's like quiet. It's not something that you necessarily say out loud or even consciously to yourself. It's like the undercurrent thoughts, the undercurrent feelings. It might be like a slight feeling of anxiety or a slight feeling of dread. But what is it? What is your current self-concept about your dreams and desires? Once you figure that out, we're going to start poking holes in the old self-concept that you have been identifying with, right? And we're going to start to focus on what you do want instead of what you don't. So let's move into your homework today so that we can get started with that. But the first thing that I want you to do, now that you sort of have a gauge of like what your current self-concept is about your relationship with your desires right now, I want you to ask yourself, what do you want? And I don't mean what would be nice or what is the realistic thing that you can get behind. I mean, what do you actually want? And how I like to ask myself this question is, if I could have it all and exactly the way I wanted, without anyone getting mad or anything bad happening, what would I truly want? This is where you get to be unrealistic. This is where you get to decide that you get to have it all. So, do you want to travel full time while with a family? Do you want to buy your parents a house or buy multiple properties? Do you want to buy an entire apartment building? Do you want to marry the love of your life from 10 years ago? Do you want to be making 6-figure months from your business? Do you want to win the lottery or all of it? What do you want truly? Answer that question honestly, openly, not being realistic or sensible. What do you really want? Give yourself permission to answer that question, because I know it can be really hard because we've been so conditioned to think, well, no, that's not necessarily realistic to want, 100K months when I'm only making 5K months. So what's a realistic goal? No, what do you really want? What would be fucking amazing? What would be like radically improve your life, make you feel like the person that you want to be? What do you want? And then once you've answered that question, I then want you to follow it with another question is, what is the new story I want to tell about this now? So you've already got the story of what you've currently been telling about you in relation to these desires, right? You've already got it. You know what it is. Now, you know what you want. Specifically, completely what you want. You've admitted it to yourself. You've given yourself permission. Now, I want you to create a new story that you want to tell about this desire or these desires. What is the new story you want to tell yourself about them? And you want to begin to write the new things you'd like to be saying, thinking, feeling, and doing if it were already happening and working out for you? Like it was already a thing. So, for example, let's say you want to manifest epic love. Like you want that once in a lifetime love, true love, all encompassing, beautiful, deep, passionate, loving love. You want that in a partner. So, what kind of things would you tell yourself now if you are already in that relationship? What kind of things would you think about yourself? What is the way that you would see yourself if you were already in that relationship? So, for example, it might be like, wow, we are crazy about each other. We love each other so much. It feels so good to be in his arms. He is like a safe harbor to my soul. We have such deep chemistry and beautiful, passionate love, and yet we're best friends. We can't get enough of each other, and we just get along like a house on fire. I feel so chosen by him. I feel so loved. I feel so beautiful. He makes me feel even more beautiful than I already felt on my own. He sees me so deeply and he holds space for me and he shows up massively for us. His energy just penetrates mine and he's so stable and so secure and so solid within himself. I love our relationship. I love how much fun we have together. I love this man so much. It is the greatest relationship of my life. And then you could move into imagining different scenes of your life together. Just normal things. It doesn't have to be grandiose or anything, but it could be you're at the supermarket shopping and you call your partner and ask them what they want to have for dinner. Or you could imagine you're out to dinner with friends, just interacting normally. Or maybe you're in bed at night, getting ready to go to sleep, and you just having those intimate, normal moments together, right? This is the way that you would be thinking. If you were already in a relationship, you would be considering someone else. You would be expressing love and gratitude for someone else. You would walk around in the world knowing that there is someone there in your heart, someone that you are tethered to, someone there that you are thinking about, whether you're actively thinking about them in real time or not. Now, if you are not in a relationship and that's what you want to manifest, but you're focusing on the fact that you're not in a relationship and it's not working for you and you're going on dates and it's not working and you're not meeting anyone great and you're kind of calculating and tallying up what you liked about the date and what you didn't, but you are fully in an energy of I am single as fuck and I cannot find anyone good. What do you think the story is that you're telling and then perpetuating into your reality? It's that you're single as fuck and you can't meet anyone good, right? So the stories that we tell ourselves, the constant narration that we are doing to ourselves every single day are creating the reality that we experience. So going back to that question, what is the new story you want to tell yourself about your desires, about having your desires, about what it feels like to be living in them now, whatever they are? This is the beginning of recreating yourself and your life into the experience and dynamic you want to be having. It is a process. It is a moment by moment process. It's not something you could do once and then forget about it and then worry about it again next month. It is something you must do moment by moment throughout your day. You're going to seem like you're fucking crazy. You're going to feel like you're fucking crazy initially when you're starting to do this, because you're going to start noticing how much your thoughts are operating in the opposite direction that aren't in favor of what you want, right? You're going to see how much you have been telling the story that you don't want. And every time you catch that, you're going to flip it. You're going to flip the story into this new story that you want to be telling about your desires, about how you see yourself with your desires, how your desires are working in your current world, and how it all works for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, as you know, Money Mindset School is turning 1, and to celebrate that, I am running a very special birthday promotion for this amazing membership, where you not only get all of the membership features instantly when you join, but you also get 5 extra courses on top of that when you join. And that is my Awaken Your Inner Money Magnet, Become Abundant as Fuck, Accelerate Abundance in 21 Days, Magnetic Money Mantras, and Manifestation Mornings, which is, I think, a value of over $500, and you get it for free when you sign up. for at least a $47 a month membership or a yearly price of $470. So that is still on for the next few days. I would love to see you inside Money Mindset School. If you have any questions, just either email me or DM me on Instagram. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I would love for you to get to your homework now. Make sure you do it before we get to day 3, and I will see you tomorrow.